All right, it's another live. I am here with Bobby, my bamboo ball python, and he is going kind of crazy. He needs to calm down. He's just like going and going and going. I don't know what's going on with Bobby. But here is Bobby. He's my male bamboo ball python, kind of the mascot of my channel. And I have some comments already. What's up? And I can post comments. What's up? Synixia. Nice. Wolfgeist, what is up? Picture Perfect Pythons, how's it going? Hello, everybody. Buffy the Hellhound. Yeah, hopefully I increased my audio on this one. On my last live stream, I was looking over it, and I was like, the intro was really loud, and then I kind of got into the video, and it's like, my mic is not loud enough, so I'm like maxing out my mic without distorting it, so... Rational, another one, yes. Let's talk. Ball pythons. I'm just kind of testing out my live stream. The last few days I've been working with all these different software packages and I failed. I was doing OBS and Droid Cam and a whole bunch of different stuff and just could not get the video and the mic synced. So I just gave up and went back to kind of my old thing and I increased my the volume on my audio, so hopefully it sounds better. Big beautiful Bobby, yes, he is very big and very squirrely. I just took him out of his tub. Take a look at how big he is. He is a big boy, super big. He's almost getting too big to be around my neck. I thought I'd start with Bobby, and maybe on the last live stream I actually did Cypher, the white one that has a little kink in the neck. And that little snake was just kind of sleeping right on my neck the whole live stream, which is pretty nice. All right, let's see. Born to be Wild Reptiles, what's up? What morphs are you considering adding to the Bobby line bamboo? Yeah, so I'm looking for 2 snakes with a lot of genes, a male and a female. Not ready to buy just yet, still trying to figure out what to get. I'm thinking about something with asphalt, probably in a male, and then yellow belly in the female, and then get a whole bunch of genes like stacked on either side and cross them together and make some really crazy highways and freeways and get a bunch of new genes in my collection. So maybe some recessives, maybe puzzle or something like that would be kind of cool. I'd also be interested in getting into monarch. Not a lot of people are in monarch. And I might actually get into that project too. It's a recessive gene, kind of looks like, almost kind of looks like a albino, a caramel albino, except like a really high intensity caramel albino. Did you see Kainova's Axanthic Monsoon? I did not. I was like messing with all my electronics and everything for the last few days. I haven't had a chance to come over here and check out YouTube, but I'll be sure to do that. Wolfgeist, how old is Bobby? He was born in 2012. 2012, so that would make him 14 years old, which is crazy. Hold my beer. What's up? Hey, is that a beer you're holding? Caught the live. Hey, Chris, how are you? What's going on? Nice beer. It looks like an orange beer. I can't quite tell what it is. Yeah, monarch is beautiful. Yeah, I don't know how much monarchs are selling for. I should come over here to Morph Market and take a look. I don't know, everything's come down so much. I don't know if monarch's still holding its price. As a matter of fact, I could share this with you. Take a look at this if I can figure out how to do it. I think I share screen and then do a tab. Over here, yeah, check it out, yeah. And then we can look at, see what's going on in Monarch. A visual Monarch, how much are visual Monarchs? There's only 42. Look at the prices over here, wow. Wow, here's one for 900, that's unbelievable. Wow, 900 for a visual Monarch. 800, Monarch for an 800. Wow, the prices have really come down. Yeah, some of the, they're all over the place. Here's one for 10,000. That is crazy. Ah, some really cool monarchs. Here's one for 600. Wow, I can't even believe that. That is unbelievable. That is crazy. What is up? R&R Exotics. Yes, sir, that's a beer. Let's see. Held Coil Pythons. What's up, man? Pie will never die. Pie will never die. What's up, Shirley Bobeta? Let's see. I find some Enchi Clown to be simply beautiful. Yeah, Enchi Clown. I actually have a banana Enchi Clown, and when it was small, it was absolutely stunning. And as it got bigger, it completely faded out and almost looks like a champagne. Like completely faded out. As a matter of fact, I haven't sold that one yet. It's right over here. Banana Enchi Clown. I sold a whole bunch of snakes this week. Shipped 2 out the other day. But take a look at that beauty. That is a beautiful snake right there. I just can't believe how much it completely faded out. It was so stunning as a hatchling. And now it's just like completely faded out. Which is pretty wild. Pretty wild. Lives right here behind the studio. Behind the studio in the tub. All right, Volcanic Constrictors, what's up? Do you still have Sunny? Yes, Sunny is big now. He is really big. I almost need 2 people to handle Sunny. He's a really big boy. I've been feeding him double extra large rats once a week, and let me tell you, once I started doing that, he grew like a rocket. I can't even believe. As a matter of fact, he's kind of fat right now. He's kind of got a thick neck even. So yeah, I need to put him on a fast or something because he's getting really big. And then in addition to the double extra large rats, when I'm done feeding all these ball pythons, if I have a couple medium rats, I'll feed him one. So sometimes he gets 2 rats, and he'll eat every single week except just this last week he shed, and then I cleaned his tub and gave him the week off because he's getting too fat. All right, so pretty, yeah, Banana Enchi Clown. Let's see, Jose, what's up? Sorry if this has been asked before, but what are your thoughts about people getting away from sunset or the hype dying out? People are getting away from sunset, huh? Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah, let me come over here to Morph Market and take a look at what's going on with sunset. 143 sunsets over here. So, yeah, so I remember when sunset first came out, and I think it was really holding its price because it's so visually dominant with the sunset that if you mix other genes in with it, it's hard to make anything. It's almost like, you know, it's almost like champagne coming out. It's like a new version of champagne. Of course, it's better than the champagne because it doesn't have the wobble or anything like that. But and I think a lot of new genes that are really just visually stunning by themselves are really popular at first, but I think not a lot of people got into them because it's hard to see other genes in the mix. And then you know, once people start breeding them and the price starts going down, then people realize there's not a lot of stuff you can actually mix with sunset to make, you know, like clown, you can mix a whole bunch of stuff with the clown and make some really crazy combinations. With the sunset, it's different. And I kind of saw that coming when sunset came out. And I was like, I don't know if I want to get in sunset project because, you know, the price is going to hold high for a long time. So you can make some money like up front. But once it, you know, catches on and people start breeding a lot of sunsets, then they start realizing there's not a lot of stuff you can do with sunset. Yeah, so I kind of expected that would happen with the sunset. I think it'll be kind of a niche market, though. I think it'll I think not like a whole bunch of people. I don't think everyone's going to get into sunset, but I think there'll be a few people that really stick with sunset. All right, Born to Be Wild Reptiles. Wanted to say hi. I wanted to say hit that like and subscribe. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, hit that like and subscribe. I don't see anyone getting out of sunset now. I think if you're into sunset, you're into sunset. I don't see like mass swarms of people jumping into sunset. So I think sunset has a place and it'll always be kind of a unique gene, but I don't think the masses will rush to, you have certain genes where just everybody rushes to that gene and mass produces them, and then the price crashes to where it's like so cheap that, it's not even worth it getting into that gene anymore, and then people start getting out of it. But I don't see that happening with sunset. When you're going to look at the berry gene. Yeah, so this week was live stream madness. I was trying to improve my live stream, so the way I'm doing it is the best way I could figure it out. I spent like 2 full days. I probably spent 20 hours messing with all the different software and the configurations for this crazy live stream. I was actually going from my camera, I was going into a Droid Cam through a USB, and then my mic, I was going into into Droid Cam, and then from Droid Cam I go into OSB, and I was trying to sync the mic and the video and OSB, and then stream that over to StreamYard, and then from StreamYard stream it over to YouTube. And I could not get everything synced up and everything to work, because if I would have done it that way, I would have actually had more control over like my color and my brightness, because now it's just like whatever's on my camera, I can't control it. So, and I spent like 20 hours. I finally gave up, went back to my old my old version, kind of tweaked a few things to kind of make the video stream a little bit better and to increase the volume on the mic. But yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. So then next week I'll probably start with the daily videos. I was thinking Monday maybe doing all the allelic genes in ball pythons. So kind of combine them all into one video where you can do like the spider complex, the yellow belly complex, the blue-eyed leucistic complex, just all the different allelic genes. I think that'd be kind of a cool video just to have them all in one place as a good reference. Leviathan are making some gorgeous sunsets. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot what's going on with Leviathan. I've seen a couple of his videos kind of pop up here and there. Fourth Floor Exotics, what's up? How's it going, bro? It's going good, going good. Leviathan are making gorgeous sunsets. Yes, yes. I have a black acid double het hypo sunset male 500 grams. I may post for sale. Black acid, interesting. Double het hypo sunset. I don't know. I wouldn't mind just having sunset kind of floating around, like a het floating around in my collection, and then just randomly popping out as sunset every now and then, bringing some snakes. That'd be kind of interesting. I don't know if I'd want to do like, sunset to sunset and make a whole bunch of them, but every now and then to pop one out, that'd be pretty cool. All right, what's an old gene that you think could make a comeback? An old gene? That's a good question. Not sure on that one. An old gene that has died that could make a comeback. Because there's a lot of old genes out there that are still really popular. I don't know if any that have really died. I know lace is really coming back. And the white lace, which is the super lace, so that's kind of an old gene that came back. So, once breeders get to, once they bred a lot of combinations, they're thinking about adding another gene. Then they can start over with all the combinations they made and add that extra gene to it. So I wish Desert would come back. Desert was awesome. There's nothing that was like Desert. And if it wasn't for a problem with the females, I had some people send me, some messages, and they're like, what if we just had a a Boll Python honor club, and we just sold all the females as pets and just bred the males. Because the females are, you know, they have a problem with fertility and egg binding and stuff like that with the desert. But the deserts, I don't know if the desert can come back. If they could figure out a gene like the desert, or figure out how to fix the problems with the females, I'd say that would be like the #1 gene in Boll Pythons. Yeah, Morph Monday, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'll go back to the daily videos. I'm getting a lot of ideas. If you guys have ideas over here, you can leave me a comment and I'll add it to the list. I have a list of, I don't know, maybe 100 video ideas. I just have to go through them and figure out which ones to do first. And some of them, you know, you have to do a lot of research. You know, sometimes you have to do something that's a little bit easier, and then on the end of that, on the same day, you do a little bit of research for one of the other videos to kind of figure everything out, to keep it flowing. To do daily videos, it's pretty intense. Monarch, High Orange Dream Yellow Belly looks amazing. Yeah, I can believe that. High Orange Dream Yellow Belly, huh? I'll have to take a look at that. That'd be interesting. Let's see. Do you think Super Lesser to Super Lesser will make the bug-eyed more often? Well, that's a good question. I've seen a lot of Super Lessers with bug eyes. I don't know what causes the bug eyes and how often it is. You know, I don't know. You know, like the percentage of bug eyes versus regular eyes, but you know, a lot of the Super Lessers will have really big eyes. And then if you make a lesser pied, a visual pied that has lesser in it, it'll actually be an all-white snake with micro eyes, really tiny eyes, which is kind of an interesting effect. But it'd be interesting to figure out all the genetic defects and how to fix them all, like the bug eyes and the micro eyes and the infertile females. And if we could figure out all the problems and figure out like workarounds, you know, some people say it's actually in the egg incubation temperature on some of these. Someone was telling me the other day on one of the other live streams that if you actually take, I think it was like a cinnamon or black pastel, mix it in with something else, and you have like a higher percentage of kinks with the cinnamon and the pastel. And they were saying some people are actually changing the incubator temperature. So to get rid of the kinks, they were saying get rid of the duckbills. I don't know if you get rid of the duckbills, because I've seen a lot of like super cinnamons and super black pastels, and a lot of them have the duckbilling. But yeah, that'd be interesting if we could fix a lot of those problem animals. I think some of them would make a big return. Speaking about, you know, talking about, you know, genes that have died, pretty much died. Lesser definitely makes bug-eyed Lucy's. Yeah, I would say most of the time. There are exceptions. I've seen Super Lessers that don't have bug eyes. You can see over on Morph Market. It's been a long time since I did a Super Lesser video. I'm thinking maybe probably more than half have bug eyes. If you look at all the Super Lessers over on Morph Market and go through all the thousands of snakes and look at their eyes. That's kind of what I do for my videos. I'm like, well, 50%. What's your thought on the berm balls? Burmese Python and Ball Python? Well, if you want to make a berm ball, make sure your Burmese Python is small enough to breed a Ball Python. I don't know if like Bobby could breed like an adult Burmese Python. I don't know about that. You'd have to use kind of a small one to make a berm ball. So, but it's kind of an interesting project. I think I've only ever seen one berm ball picture on the internet, never seen one in person. A lot of people frown on hybrids, so a lot of people don't do it. So, which is interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I was thinking the same, maybe not all, but a lot. Yeah, a lot of the Super Lessers with the bug eyes, so. I had a Super Lesser with the bug eye. I've had a Lesser pied with the micro eyes, which was weird. You know, I've had a lot of snakes with one eye. I had hatched out an albino with no eyes. That was kind of crazy. Yeah, talk about a completely different snake. You hatch out a snake with no eyes, and you touch it and it doesn't jump, and you kind of, you know, move around and it doesn't like dodge its head. It's not head shy at all. It's weird, and it just kind of like stares into space because it can't see anything. It's like the weirdest thing. Really super gentle to have no eyes, and it'll actually eat. You know, I actually, you know, fed that thing just perfectly with no eyes, which is kind of interesting. And I finally sold it to someone else on Morph Market. I sold it to someone on Morph Market like 3 years ago, and then I got a message from someone on Morph Market and said, you can't sell snakes with defects on Morph Market. That was way back in the day, basically before I stopped posting on Morph Market. And then, of course, I wasn't breeding snakes back then, so for like the last 3 years. And now you can actually go over there and click pet only, which is nice. So you could sell probably a snake with no eyes and just click pet only. Let's see, I've actually seen a clown type berm ball. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if you could transfer the genes from ball pythons into another species. That'd be interesting. Of course, I don't know if berm balls would really catch on like ball pythons, because you can't really, you know, put them in a rack like I have behind. You'd have to have like really long cages. You couldn't put many in a room with berm balls because they get so big, you know, being part Burmese. But yeah, if you had eggs though, I bet you get a lot of eggs with a berm ball. That'd be kind of crazy. Clown type berm ball, yeah, that's crazy. What do I think about albino pieds? I bred albino pieds a long time. As a matter of fact, I sold some at the show, and boy, my last show, I remember it was the second to my last show, and I had a bunch of hets. I had like albino het pieds and pied het albinos, and I had one albino pied that I held back for myself, because back in the day it was pretty rare to get albino pieds, and they were selling for, oh, I don't know, like $1,500 or something for an albino pied hatchlings. they were more than they are today, just a few years ago. And I remember this guy came up to my table, his name was Larry, and it was like, hey, I was looking for an albino pied. I said, I have one at home, and but it's a holdback. And he gave me a bunch of money, and I brought it to the next show, and he bought my albino pied. I'd see him at every show, which is kind of crazy. So I did sell the baby, and I had one male albino pied that I sold, so... Yeah, albino pieds are really cool. It's a really cool combo. That's my snake Cookie. All right. Let's see. Do you plan on getting into green tree pythons? No, I probably won't get into green trees. I know, I think green trees have the longest teeth of any snake. Green trees are really interesting. I haven't really seen many people tame down a green tree. Usually they just coil up on a branch and kind of sit there, which is kind of interesting. No, probably won't get green trees. It'd be interesting to sit here on a video with a green tree python around my neck. And see if we can tame one down enough to do a video. That'd be interesting. Albino pieds are hot. Yes, they are awesome. I love albino pieds. Yeah, it's interesting. It seems like the albinos, from what I've seen, maybe have the most birth defects when you're hatching out eggs. I've seen a lot of them come out really kinked or dead in the eggshell. A lot of twins, and I think it comes down to the albinos were the very first snake on the scene. See, you have to realize that today's albinos were the albinos that they had like 30 years ago, and they've been breeding the same snake to the same snake to the same snake. Basically, it's all the same line being bred over and over and over and over. And I think that's why, you know, some of the early stuff can. Of course, there's like pinstripes too, and I haven't seen a lot of problems with pinstripes. So maybe it's just a problem with pieds. But it seemed like in my collection, I had a lot of problems with birth defects in pieds, like kinking and stuff like that. One eyes or no eyes or stuff like that. It was really weird. Mine can be held without gloves most days. Most days. Yeah, that's like kind of when I went to the show and I held that crazy blood python that was like snapping at everything and taking a video, putting it on my shorts on YouTube. Yeah, most days you won't get bit. My retics are really sweet, but a lot of times you can get bit from the retics when you're going through them and feeding them because they just come flying out of the tub. So, yeah, I never really wear gloves with snakes. If I get bit, I get bit. I was just like, it's part of the job. Shed a little blood. Of course, I kind of scream like a baby when I get bit, especially those retics. I'm like, ah, and then, you know, my family comes running. Are you okay? It's like, I need to suck it up, man. Heck yeah. Green Room Pythons just got one. Nice. I have tamed 2 green tree pythons so far. That's like, you need like a plaque from YouTube. The green tree taming plaque or something. I sent you a picture. Let's see, on my email. Sometimes my email kind of can, let's see. Yeah, it must be over on Morph Market. The picture. I don't know if I could share like an individual picture. I don't know. Well, that's weird. That's very weird. Anyway, it doesn't look like the picture came through. Oh no, that's a different email. Sorry. All right. Let's see. Couldn't find the picture. What's your thought on what the Mocha gene does with the Clown gene? I've seen some cool combos. That's interesting. So Mocha is in the blue-eyed leucistic complex. Yeah, Mocha Clown. I don't even know if I've ever looked at that combination. So that's kind of an interesting combination with the Mocha and the Clown. Clown is seems like it's very sensitive with other genes. It makes some really interesting, unexpected combinations when you mix it with stuff. So I think Clown's gonna stay around for a while. It's like every time there's a new gene, everyone wants to mix it with the Clown. What's up, Soup SP1? I'm so glad you're back. Nice. All right. Yeah, it's pretty cool that I can pop people up here on the screen. I never could do that before until I jumped over here to StreamYard, which is pretty cool. Oh, on Instagram? Yeah, I'm not really active on Instagram. Yeah, I haven't logged into Instagram for like 5 years maybe. So, yeah. Yeah, it's... there's some platforms that I get on there and I just get overwhelmed with people. I went on Facebook and I had like 5,000 friends in like 2 days, which was crazy. And then I maxed out my friends so no one could be my friend anymore. And that was just like, it was just too much. So I just had to close down the account. I actually reopened Facebook. I was thinking about doing looking kind of at Facebook Marketplace to see if there's any ball pythons over there. And I had to reopen my account, but I'm not really active on Facebook or Instagram. Just basically YouTube. I'm here on YouTube every day. Most days. Clown rules. Yes, for sure. Yeah, yeah, you can send it to me over on Morph Market. That's probably the best way. You can send it to my email, but I get tons and tons of emails. I think I get like 100 emails a day. I just kind of scan through them. So, yeah, I would say Morph Market's the best place to send me something like that. Type the link. Yeah, you probably shouldn't. I guess if you uploaded it, you could type the link. Let's see. Renan, what's up? I basically quit all social media years ago. Haven't regretted it. Yeah. Ah, but you're on YouTube now. Yeah. Of course, you're talking about you being on social media. Yeah. Some people spread themselves way too thin, I think. You know, I see these people that are doing like every single social media for their reptile business, and it's just too much. I can't imagine how you could do it with, you know, Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and on, and X. Now it used to be Twitter. All those is kind of crazy. I was thinking about posting over on X, doing some videos and stuff, but they want like a monthly subscription. I think it was like $8 a month. It's like, why would I pay $8 a month when I can just post over here on YouTube? It's kind of crazy. As a matter of fact, I think on StreamYard, I can stream to X and over here on YouTube and Twitch and a whole bunch of other platforms, but I've never really been active on those, so I don't know if people would know who I am. Where's your YouTube plaques? That's a good question. Take a look at my subscribers. I only have 70,000. Need 30,000 more for the first plaque. You need 100,000. 100,000 for the first plaque. Need 1 million for the second plaque. 1 million subscribers. I heard once you get to 100,000, it's easier to get to 1 million. It takes about just as much time, but you know, I've been on YouTube for like 15 years now. So, of course, I was on I probably would have been to 100,000 if I wouldn't have stopped YouTube, but yeah. So, trying to build up those subscribers. And the other thing too is when I took the 3 years off and took that day job, I think I got like 20,000 subscribers. Mainly from like my duck videos and my chicken videos and cow videos. So I got like 20,000 subscribers. And then when I came back on YouTube and started posting snakes every day, I lost huge subscribers. I was losing like 30 subscribers a day because, you know, people had subscribed for like a duck video and they didn't realize what they were getting into, like everyday ball python videos. So my subscribers just tanked. Like for the first, I'd say, week and a half when I started posting. And then I get like 3 subscribers and then I lose like 20 and it was just going down and down. I was like, yeah, we're changing up the viewers because, you know, these people, yeah, if you don't want ball pythons. As a matter of fact, I did that one on the power outage and I started the video with the ball python around my neck with all my like emergency preps and everything. And I got like views outside of the ball python industry and people are like, wow, what's the deal with the snake? They had no clue what they were getting into. And then I was like, yeah, only subscribe if you want ball python content. So, yeah. So subscribers, you know, it's, you know, the plaque is kind of, you don't really get paid for subscribers, you get paid for views. So, yeah. So I'll get to 100,000 eventually. All right, Born to be Wild Reptiles. I went with Clown Pies or Clown Pied, no normal or het for me. Yeah, you can do that. Just buy all visuals. That's the way to go. Unless you're breeding a snake that has like, you know, like 6 genes and you're breeding it with another snake that has 5 genes. And then you have like a couple hets in the background. That's kind of the way to do it. Kind of, you know, maybe one of them is het clown, another one's like het puzzle or something. And then you can do DNA testing and test to see what your offspring are. And just kind of have those floating around in the background. And then when you breed them together, you can actually, you know, when you raise up the hatchling and breed them together, you just can randomly pop out a clown or a puzzle, something combination here and there, which would be kind of the way to do it. I remember when I first started in ball pythons, I bought, I think it was on my 2nd year, I went over to Morph Market and I bought some really big females again after my first round of breeding the first year. And 2 of them were het caramel albinos, and I produced a whole bunch of bamboo het caramel albinos. And I don't know what happened to those. I sold them all. I was always wondering if someone actually raised up those snakes and made some caramel albino bamboos. I should actually check over on Morph Market to see if someone's actually done that with some of my hatchlings, because I probably hatched those. Were like massive snakes, like bigger than Bobby, both those females. I think I was getting like, you know, 15 egg clutches from those big old females, and probably half of them were bamboo het caramel albinos. How do I feel about the Volta? Yeah, the Volta is pretty interesting. I have one Volta that's in my collection that's sold. So Volta's kind of like a regional specific trait, not necessarily a gene like you would think of in ball pythons. So if you have a Volta and you breed to something else, you don't get half Voltas. Basically, all the offspring would be 50% Volta, I guess you would say. But I don't know. It almost seems like I've bred that Volta before, and you really can't tell that much of a difference in the offspring. Maybe they're a little bit bigger, but I think, you know, the more you kind of dilute it out, the more you kind of lose it. So if you're working with Volta, I would say you probably want to breed it with another snake that you know is Volta. And Volta basically increases the size and the length of the snake, and usually the girth of the neck is thicker and the head's bigger. You can tell a Volta just by looking at it. And sometimes you can pick them out if you see one at a reptile show that it's Volta. It's just an unusually large snake with a large head. So Volta's kind of interesting. It's interesting that they list Volta over on Morph Market too, because, you know, technically it's not a gene. It's kind of a trait, I guess you would say, which is not technically a gene. I have the bamboo Volta. I have a lemon blast Volta, pastel pinstripe Volta in my collection. So, yeah, I bought that as part of a collection, actually. My very first year, I bought that one. Heather Bruner, what's up? PetSmart, what's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. I took a day off yesterday because I was trying to get a better live stream. I think I got a smoother video this time because I changed my camera down to 30 frames per second instead of 60. So the apparently StreamYard takes the 60 frames per second and has to compress it and then send it out to YouTube, which I found out. So yeah, if you're running through StreamYard, set your source to 30 frames per second for smoother video. That's what I've been working with the last 2 days, all that stuff. All right, I subscribed twice to you. Nice. Maybe I'm going to log into my third account. Yeah, so it doesn't work that way. So actually over on YouTube, I believe it or not, I have like 65 channels on YouTube, and most of them are just like placeholders. Like, well, I think I have 3 channels that are monetized: the Hardwick Homestead channel and the my motorcycle channel. It's called My Motorcycle Obsession. I have another one that's close. That's called Balisong Butterfly, which is a butterfly knife. As a matter of fact, the butterfly knife one was monetized, but the what do they call it? The CPM, the amount you get for the views was like 1/100th of my Ball Python channel, and I just decided to give up on that one. I think a lot of that is from a lot of people overseas watching, because they don't, you know, they don't consider people that are buying advertisers' products in certain regions of the world. So they don't pay you that much for them. But anyway, I have all these accounts, and I remember going over to another guy who was starting YouTube, and I'm like, I'm going to give you 50 subscribers. And I went through and I subscribed. Well, I went through all my accounts and subscribed on each account. And then he got 50 subscribers. And then the next day I went over there, YouTube subtracted 49. If you have more than one account, you can't subscribe, because it'll look like it's subscribed, and then the next day YouTube will just scrub it, and you'll just be down to 1 subscribe per account, unfortunately. So yeah, don't waste your time trying to go through your accounts. I've tried it, it doesn't work. YouTube caught on. Yeah, otherwise I just have like 1,000 1,000 YouTube channels that are just blank, right? And then I can give any one of the 1,000 subscribers to get monetized. That's kind of cheating, but it doesn't work like that. Let's see. We need a viral clip. Yeah. I don't have any like clips I could show in the live stream. I suppose I could add one now and then, but I don't really have one. I need a viral video is what I need. I need a few million views on a video, something to really take off. I was looking at my live streams. I had one random live stream. You know, usually live streams don't get that many views compared to other videos because they're not really that searchable. It's just kind of like Ball Python talk. and this live stream, it's funny because the views went up and then it just kind of flattened out. And then for whatever reason, it just took off. And I got like, I can't remember how many views, but I made like, I think it was like $370 off that one live, which is really unusual because usually live streams don't take off. You don't make hardly anything from live streams, usually compared to all your other stuff. And live streams aren't really like evergreen content, I guess. I don't know though, because I was talking to some truck drivers on the last live stream, and they were saying that truck drivers like to listen to my live stream going down the road. so maybe that's where everyone's, you know, checking out that one, sharing it with all their truck driver friends, and it just caught on and kind of went viral. I don't know. All right, Born to Be Wild, hit like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I missed the duck era. Yeah, when I first started YouTube, I found Ryan's Toy Review, and I found out this 10-year-old kid was making millions on YouTube, and that's kind of what started me into it. And then I found PewDiePie, which is, you know, like a whole nother level. And then I was like, I'm going to YouTube. I don't care what I do. I'm going to post every single day. So for the first, I don't know, it was like 8 months, I was just doing random stuff. I did my ducks and my cows, and then I had a litter of puppies, and just doing stuff around the farm, just all kinds of stuff. A bunch of puppy videos and duck videos, and then I did snakes on the side too, because I had my snakes then. And every time I did a snake video, it did better than all the other videos, the ducks and the cows. But kind of the interesting thing is I get a lot of views on those ducks and cows and stuff like that, and it kind of confuses the channel because people don't know whether to subscribe or not, because they don't know if is it a cow channel or a duck channel or a snake channel. And then I decided to double down and make it, you know, a full-blown snake channel, and pretty much, you know, took all the duck and the cow stuff off the, you know, if you go to my channel page, there's no duck stuff there. But if you sort by the oldest video, you can see where I had like 2 massive Black Angus bulls that were fighting, and all my cows giving birth, and yeah, all kinds of really cool, kind of like historical content, I guess you'd say. What's up, Shirley? All right, let's see. Wait, you know how to open close a ballad song? Yeah, go to Ballad Song Butterfly YouTube channel, and those videos are doing really good. It's like almost to where monetized again. I think I only made like a dozen videos or something, but I'd like do slow motion and practice, you know, little starter motions to start practicing with the Ballad Song Butterfly. Butterfly knife. Yeah, but just don't cut yourself. Yeah, that can happen. Michael Haywood, what's up? Hey Chris, video idea. Can you tell Bobby's story? When did you buy him? When was his first pairing? What offspring did he produce? Are any of his grandbabies part of your future? Yes. So when I first started in ball pythons, well, I started in snakes, got rid of all my non-ball python snakes, and then I was looking all over for something that was unusual, and I went to a couple of reptile shows here locally, And I didn't see any bamboos. I saw one bamboo combination, but it was like a dark browned out bamboo at the show. Nobody knew what bamboo was. Nobody was selling them. They were selling for a lot of money too, so I don't think people really realized what a bamboo was. So I decided to go over to Morph Market and buy the brightest, the flashiest bamboo, and that was Bobby. And then I wanted to breed a whole bunch of snakes the very first year, because I didn't want to, you know, invest in everything and then not have any way to make money. That's the thing. You don't want to like feed snakes for 3 years before you start making money in ball pythons. So I decided to get a whole bunch of adult females, and I bred Bobby to 13 females, and 9 of them laid eggs, and that's how I got all my bamboos. So, and then yeah, all my bamboos are from Bobby. So I have grandbabies of Bobby. As a matter of fact, I can get one that's, I'm gonna give Bobby a break. We'll pull out Cypher. Oh, he's starting to hurt my neck. He is heavy, I can't believe it. All right, Bobby. Wow, that's like, that's a big snake. I thought this girl was gonna bite me. This is a Cypher, a bamboo lesser possible calico het desert ghost male. So look at that beauty. Beautiful bright white snake. Let's see if I can get it. His head in the camera. It's got a little tiny kink right on his neck. But yeah, he's a pretty snake. Yeah, he's like mesmerized by the camera. That's so fascinating. Yeah, I put this guy on my live stream the other day, and he just fell asleep right on my shoulder and just didn't even move, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this would be one of Bobby's, I don't know if it's great grandkids or grandkids, or I haven't really kept track how many generations down this one is. Probably this is his grandson. And then when you mix bamboo with the lesser, then you get the all white snake. And then the calico could be in there. You could see a calico if it wasn't for the blue-eyed leucistic, the all white snake. And then 100% het desert ghost. So at one point I bred desert ghost in with this and the lesser and made this guy. And now he's gonna take Bobby's place here pretty soon. Bobby is just getting too big. Can't figure out how to send it on Morph Market. Yeah, so if you go into you'd have to let's see, on Morph Market you'd have to find one of my snakes. I think you have to find one of my snakes and then inquire about the snake. And instead of inquiring about the snake, you can just send a message. And then before you send the message, you can hit the little plus sign, and then you can attach a photo to it over there. I have a lot of people send me stuff, and I'm like, yeah. they want me to identify like this whole clutch of all these snakes. I'm like, I have no clue what they are, because they're all like multi-gene combos that I've never seen before, which is kind of crazy. But I try sometimes. All right, I've seen a video where lock the keys in the truck and use a tool to unlock it. Yeah, so I used dental floss to unlock, how to unlock a locked truck in 30 seconds. Believe it or not, that's the #1 video on my channel. Made the most money from that video, and you should see the video quality. I bought this little camera, like when I first started in YouTube, I bought this cheap little camera for like 35 bucks over on eBay, and I was like making all my videos with this cheap camera. It's like all fuzzy and blurry, and I'm wearing like a cowboy hat, and it's like old cowboy trick, how to unlock a locked truck in 30 seconds. And I just can't believe that video took off, and it just, every day it's the #1 video. It's just, and the weird thing about that video too is when I posted it, it went nowhere. And then for 4 months, I think it was 4 months, I had 147 views after 4 months on that video. And for whatever reason, YouTube just picked it up and just made it go viral. And now it's trending, which is so weird. It's just, you never know on some of your videos. They can sit there for years and then all of a sudden just take off. It's just really weird. Gonna have to check those older videos out. Yeah, so yeah, another one I made is I got an idea from another video on another channel. It was how to unlock a padlock with a Coke can. And it was like their #1 video. I was like, I can do that. I'm gonna copy that video, and actually made the same video, posted on my snake channel, and it still hasn't gone anywhere. It's just dead. It's just in the history of my channel, which is kind of weird that someone can make this pretty much the same topic. And essentially what you do is you cut out a piece of the Coke can that's really small, and then you kind of slide it up the shaft to where it pushes in the little clip that holds the shaft, and you can just pop it out. It's a pretty cool trick. Would I ever get a dwarf caiman? Hey, that's a good idea. Use up some of those rats that the snakes don't eat. Yeah, I threw out, I think, like 4 rats the other day, 4 medium rats that the snakes would eat. And I don't refreeze the ones because they've been, you know, sitting in the water for a few hours by the time I'm done feeding. So, but yeah, if I had a dwarf caiman, I could feed that thing. I don't know how big the dwarfs get. That's like a little alligator. Really wanting a bamboo pinstripe. Yeah, so I paired up my first snakes today. Was a bamboo calico pinstripe mixed with a banana Corglow pastel het clown female. So, and it looked like maybe they bred. So maybe they bred on the first week. And then I take them out on Fridays, and then Monday I'll switch. I got a whole schedule on the wall where I'll move them to the next snake on Monday. Gonna move them through 9 females this year. Yeah, Cypher is beautiful, but mommy makes me want to have a bamboo. Yeah, I need another Bobby replacement that's a little bit smaller for some of these live streams. Maybe if I could get one like maybe I could just kind of cycle through my snakes. I really like to do like a bamboo banana, and then kind of just use like, maybe I should get like 3 or 4 of really cool combos that I don't really like want to breed or anything, and just for the videos. Like this guy right here, because you know during breeding season then they're stuck with a male for the week, and I can't really even put them around my neck. Little Mr. Cricket Neck. Little Mr. Cricket Neck, yeah. He is a pretty boy. Great to see you making videos again. Love your content. Yeah, glad to be back. It's nice to be back in the video business. It can be challenging at times, let me tell you. Yesterday I was so frustrated with this, trying to make this live stream work a different way that wouldn't work. I don't know if it was impossible or not, but I gave up on it. Went back to this version of the live stream is better. I think I have better mic settings and better video. Hopefully it's not freezing up like it was in the last stream. So trying to prove it every time, but yeah, I didn't get to set it up to where I can do like color grading and sharpness and a bunch of effects. So this is basically straight out of the camera. Straight out of the camera with my studio lens. Let's see. Fred English, what's up? Hey, Fred. Let's see. Yeah, I couldn't afford that pairing you got. Just 2 gene bamboo pinstripe is pushing it. Yeah, when you're first starting out, it's kind of tough because you don't have any money, and you know you're buying like snakes and tubs and bedding and food and just everything all at once, and you're not making any money when you first start, and you're just feeding snakes. It's kind of a drain. But once you get to a point where you're actually selling snakes, especially if you get to the point where you're selling like 50 to 100 snakes, and then you can use all that money to reinvest in the business. As a matter of fact, I usually don't give tax advice, but you can set it up as a tax shelter, which really helps in your taxes. You can set up one dedicated room for your snakes and then write that off in your taxes as self-employment income. Then you can deduct part of your mortgage interest. You can deduct part of your phone and your trash. And then when you go out to eat, you just talk about ball pythons a little bit, and then deduct your meals and your mileage, and there's a lot of stuff you can deduct. And then you can come out way ahead on your taxes if you actually set it up that way. As I just do it as a sole proprietor, small business. And then once you set it up, you just do your taxes the same every year. So yeah, that's a good way to do it. The only problem is if you set it up that way and you start reporting all your income from your snakes and you start making a lot of money, then they could, if you don't have enough expenses, then they'll tax you on it. And sometimes you can pay like 50% of your profits. So you get to the end of the year and you're looking at, I made, $3,000 in profits, and I don't have enough expenses to cover my profits. What do I do with all the money so I don't get taxed on it? Then you buy more snakes. That's the way you do it. So the snake money goes into the snake business, and that's the easiest way to keep it going. What's up, Fred? All right, born to be wild reptiles. I've learned so much about identifying morphs from you and Morph Market. Argued with someone, then told them to go look at your video. Yeah, my videos, I can make mistakes too. I'm not always right. So some of my old videos, I was saying, yeah. I remember watching one of my old videos the other day, and I was saying that leopard is not a dark gene. I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that because leopard is a dark gene. And when I first started out, I was making a lot of mistakes. And then the more you get into it and the more you research and study, of course, then you learn more and more. And then you really can't go back because it's like recorded permanently on YouTube. And you don't really want to delete your videos because sometimes they're trending and they're bringing in a little bit of money, even if it's just, pennies a day. So, yeah, the mistakes are out there. People make mistakes. You just have to make new videos and correct your mistakes. Put people on the right path. Fred, Shirley, let's see. I just got a black pewter desert ghost het axanthic. Nice. Black pewter, that is black pastel. So a lot of people get confused because black pastel has pastel in the name, but it's not really a pastel. And it's pastel plus the black pastel gene. So the black pewter, and then the pewter, instead of black pastel, it's cinnamon. So yeah, it gets a little bit confusing if you don't know the genes. All right, Caesar's Ladic. What's up? Got on late. Your own reptilian overlord. Yes, this is Cypher around my neck. Hey, Caesar, let's see. Do I have any favorite breeders or snake YouTubers? Well, yeah, I used to watch Olympus Reptiles, and he's closing down shop, which is kind of sad. I thought he was kind of a funny guy. I saw him at a show once, and he was like, hey, Chris. I was like, wow, people know me. He knows me. As a matter of fact, when he said that, I didn't know who he was. And then I found his YouTube channel, and I was watching a bunch of stuff, and then, so now I know him, but I haven't met him since then, so. But I used to watch Brian Barczyk, the snake bites. When I started breeding, it was snake bites. The old Brian Barczyk. When he was breeding like tons and tons of different species. Yeah. Let's see. Predator ball pythons. I watch him. He's over in the UK. He has a small collection. He took a break for a while and he came back. Yeah, he actually he decided to get out of ball pythons. He was like doing YouTube all the time. Then he got sick of ball pythons. was selling all his snakes. He actually deleted his videos on YouTube. Don't ever delete your videos on YouTube, because they will keep paying you, especially if you're monetized. They'll keep paying you. And some of those videos, if they go viral and take off, you can make a lot of money from those videos. And then he came back and he said, yeah, I regret deleting all my videos on YouTube. So that was really sad that he deleted his videos. Yeah, unless you think you're going to get demonetized. As a matter of fact, I had some old videos that they would demonetize individual videos, like I do like snake feeding and stuff, and every time they demonetized them, I would resubmit for review, and if they came back and said demonetized, I would just delete them. I wouldn't even risk the channel on demonetized videos. So I have deleted a few videos, but yeah, most of them are, I think I probably only deleted maybe 5 or 6 videos on the channel. Can you make new videos on the morphs and correct them? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I want to go back through all the videos. I'm trying to find new stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard because I don't really want to repeat content. That's the thing. So yeah, it's a kind of a catch-22. Once you say something on YouTube and it's been trending and it's making money, you don't want to delete the video, but then if you make a new video and then someone sees the old video, then people get confused. I don't know. I think it's best just to keep providing the right information as far as what you know as you go. So people make mistakes and it is recorded on YouTube pretty much forever. So yeah, everything I say, take with a grain of salt. Double check everything. And another thing, don't go to Gemini. Gemini has, I would say, 50% of what Gemini says about ball pythons is incorrect. I was doing, what was I doing? I can't remember what I was doing. I was asking Gemini about a video I was going to make. And she said, oh yeah, that's in the blue-eyed leucistic. I was like, that's not in the blue-eyed leucistic complex. You can go over to Morph Market and check it out in their genetic calculator. So yeah, don't trust anything Gemini says when it comes to ball pythons. Let's see, Grim Reaper, Reptiles, Angel Dust, Bamboo, Yellow Belly Spider. Wow. The Grim Reaper. Send it to you. All right, I will check that out after the live. Bought a black pastel leopard hep albino, and it turned out to be blackhead leopard. Oh no, blackhead leopard head albino. Oh, yeah, that's terrible. Did you do like gene testing on that? Yeah, I wouldn't mind the blackhead though. If I bought a black pastel, of course it depends what you wanted to do. So if you're trying to make like panda pies or something like that, you need the black pastel. So if you're making, you know, like some of the silver colored looking snakes, like the silver streak or the pewters or something like the black pewters, you definitely want the black pastel. Blackhead is a whole different, that's the problem. You get the wrong gene in the snake and it like changes all your projects. It's like I got to completely start over or have like this separate side project with the blackhead. So, but blackhead leopard, I can see how that can be confused with the black pastel leopard because all those genes are really dark. So I can see how it can get really, really confusing, especially for the breeder, whoever produced it. All right, I've been getting picky with my YouTubers, which is unfortunate because the ball python breeding channels are so few. Yeah, so that's another reason I decided to come back, is because I was like, who's doing the daily ball python TV? There's nobody doing it. It's like there used to be, I used to do it all the time. You know, I was doing it every day, and then it seemed like everyone else was trying to compete with me to try to do, you know, the everyday videos and put out a lot of videos, and it was this one big competition, and people are kind of, you know, I think they were like hating on each other. Hey, you're taking all my views and stuff like this. And then I stopped for 3 years, and then everybody stopped, which was weird. And then Brian Barczyk passed away. Brian Barczyk was doing daily videos. So he's the one that kind of got me into it, you know, every single day. As a matter of fact, if you look at the interesting thing about YouTube is if you look at PewDiePie, I don't know if you know who PewDiePie is. He's like one of the most popular YouTubes, and I watched him early on, and he posted every single day, non-stop, every day for like 10 years, and that's how he grew his channel, is posting ridiculous content every day, which is ridiculous. He did one video towards the end when he was still posting every day. He doesn't post every day anymore, but he did one video that was about his clothes closet in his bedroom. And he was so popular that you go over to YouTube and it was like, what's the best video to make today? You know, you'd search that and it would be your clothes closet because he made it and he had so many subscribers. It was like the #1 most popular video. So the whole thing like was just, YouTube's really can really get skewed based on people with a lot of subscribers. You know, they make one ridiculous video about the clothes in their closet and then they think it's like a trending topic or something. It's like, that's the video you should make. It's like, yeah, it's like, no, it's just because he had, you know, 100 million subscribers or something, which is, YouTube's kind of weird that way. Yeah, dang, bummer about Olympus. R.I.P. Brian. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, who knows? Maybe Olympus will get back into it. Maybe just pick up a few racks in his bedroom, throw a few in the closet. You know, crank out some puzzles or something. I know. I realize that, you know, there's certain times in your life where you have to take a break. You know, it can get to be a lot. I thought Olympus Reptiles should have just sold all of his snakes, kept all his racks, and just took a break and then came back to it. That's what I thought he should have done. All right, let's see. Oh goodness, I attempted to see how ChatGPT and Gemini would do using like Morph Market Calculator. Horrible. Every time I corrected it, it would go, oh, you're right, and then be wrong again. Yeah. When it comes to ball pythons, yeah, Gemini, ChatGPT, they don't know that much yet. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. AI, when it comes to ball pythons, I see all those jobs about, you know, you can teach AI this and that and make so much money an hour. It's like, I don't know if I want to teach AI about ball pythons. I kind of want to keep it to the humans for a while. All right, let's see. Snakenstein reptiles. I have never heard of them. Snakenstein. There are some people that are doing weekly videos. Ball pythons, that's kind of typical. Quite a few people doing weekly ball pythons. Nobody's doing daily that I can see. Some people are doing daily, but they're doing all different kind of reptiles. It's not specifically just ball pythons. They're doing a whole bunch of stuff. So I've yet to see another Ball Python TV. Let's see, we've been going for 1 hour and 8 minutes, 47 people on the live. Yes, it did a gene test, yeah. Yeah, and I always wonder if those gene tests are that accurate too. So if you do a gene test and don't get the right results, maybe send them another piece of shed and do it again. Just to double check. Because, you know, some of those tests, they're like, the accuracy is like 99.99. But, you know, there's that 0.001% chance that it could be wrong. So, I don't know. I would probably repeat the test if you got an answer that didn't have the right test. As a matter of fact, I had a lovebird that I got a long time ago. No, it wasn't a lovebird. It was cockatoo. No, it wasn't a cockatoo. A cockatiel. That's what it was. Cockatiel. I think. I can't even remember what kind of bird it was. But I didn't know what if it was a male or a female. So I found this DNA place. And I plucked the feather and I sent it in. And they said 99.9999% your bird is a male. And then a couple weeks later, it laid an egg. So then Yeah, so DNA tests can be incorrect, I would say, in some cases. It's pretty rare. They're not 100%. So there is that little bit of doubt when it comes to gene tests. All right, yeah, Brian had such positive energy towards this hobby. Sad he passed away, and now his channel is totally different. Hope they will do well. Yeah, I noticed their viewer base went down, but they're still... yeah, it's not the same. I think what they really need over there is... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think they just need... well... I guess it's their channel. They can do whatever they want to do. But, you know, if it was my channel, I'd probably have one person lead the show that shows up in every video. I haven't watched a lot of their stuff, but it always seems like they're showing a lot of different people all the time, kind of handing the camera off to a lot of different people. But it'd be nice to just have like one point person like Brian was. Someone needs to take over where Brian is. You know, just the one person to kind of be the star of the show. That's kind of what they need. But I know they're probably real busy with all the stuff they got going on. But that's how I would probably set it up. You could probably get more people kind of committed. Pretty soon we'll have Tesla bots pairing and breeding snakes. Yeah, with AI coming, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? Yeah, so it's kind of interesting if you if you think about money. Money is based on labor. So the price of money is based on labor. So money represents the amount of labor that you do. And if the robots take over, labor goes to almost zero, which means the value of money goes to zero, which I could see at some point maybe money going away. And if money goes away, and you had no incentive to make more money, just think how that would change everything. Breeding ball pythons with no money. People wouldn't be chasing the money. They'd just be chasing the visual effects. And yeah, the whole world would change. Everything would change because people wouldn't do stuff for the money anymore if there wasn't any money. You know, if they just gave you like an equivalent of, you know, $500,000 worth of credits or something where you could buy anything every year. Yeah, who knows what AI is going to do once the robots start doing everyone's jobs and money disappears. And yeah, I don't think we'll be doing a lot of the stuff that we're doing now for sure, because pretty much the whole world runs on money. And if you take away money, then you know, people would be doing something a little bit different. I'd still probably be breeding snakes, even if it was for free. But yeah, who knows what the robots are going to do in the coming few years. Not the same without Brian, that's for sure. I can't believe he's gone. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I definitely wanted to meet him again, but never had a chance. All right, let's see. Gilbert Ibarra, what's up? Hello from San Diego. Big fan of the channel. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, whoa. And Bobby. Yeah, this is actually Cypher right here. This is Bobby's grandchild. Blue-eyed leucistic. Possible calico. I just said sent the shed out for testing, so we'll know if it's calico. 100% desert ghost. All right, let's see. PNW Chondros, what's up? What do you think of this combo? Female banana GHI Baker Special Cinnamon Yellow Belly and a male banana Cinnamon Blackhead Orange Dream. That is a lot of genes right there. So that is 1, 2. Well, the Baker Special, that's the Baker line of special, right? So you have banana GHI Baker Special, cinnamon yellow belly. So that's a 5 gene. And a banana, cinnamon, blackhead, orange dream, and a 4 gene. So you have 10 genes in there. It's pretty impressive. So you could get super bananas, super cinnamons. You could make a super cinnamon, super banana. You could make a yellow belly orange dream special. So if you had a special yellow belly orange dream, that'd be a pretty bright snake. Super bananas. And then on the dark side, you could have a GHI cinnamon blackhead. That'd be pretty cool. You could make let's see. So you have wow, you can make a lot of stuff with that. You can make a lot of stuff. I wonder what the banana yellow belly orange dream would look like. Or a banana yellow belly special orange dream. That, I bet that would be a really bright snake from that combo too. That's pretty cool. You could probably breed that snake, those two snakes, for 10 years and keep getting new stuff out of there. That's kind of like what I want to do with the dark genes and the bright genes all in one snake. So you can kind of mix up, you know, a whole spectrum of a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, so I'm going for as many genes as I can find, maybe with some hets in there. So something like that. That's a great combo there. All right, if I had a chance to do pied pairing, what would it be? Good question. Yeah, you could do lavender albino pieds are pretty cool. Or you could do the lightning pieds, which is the axanthic pieds. You could do lesser pieds, they're all white pieds. If you did an Enchi pied, the Enchi pied would be a low white pied. So what you could do is you can go for a low white pied with the Enchi and then mix in a lot of brightening genes, like yellow belly, pastel, orange dream, stuff like that, and make a really low white pied that's really bright, kind of squirrely pattern all over, super bright. That'd be kind of cool. You could always pair a pied to a champagne and get champagne het pieds that look like pieds. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff you could do with pieds. Or you could just breed pieds to pieds and make a bunch of pieds. Pieds always sell good, it seems like. Pieds and clowns will always be pretty famous, I guess. All right, Fetters, what's up? Do you have any projects you haven't invested in yet that you're eyeing or would like to do? So, yeah, so the one project is buying 2 snakes with a lot of genes, dark genes and light genes, kind of like that last question. Probably do, I don't know, I kind of want to hit like a 15, 16 gene potential. So I could find 2 snakes with like 8 genes in there and make some really high number of genes. So yeah, as far as anything else, I might dabble in some of the new genes. Yeah, I'd have to see some of the new stuff coming out. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't really looked. That's just the one project that kind of caught my eye. You know, if you have a lot of genes like that, you could always pick up another snake that has other genes that you want to invest in, like, you know, like puzzle or something like that, and then just mix them in with, you know, get like a het puzzle with 8 other genes in there, and then, you know, go for the huge multi-gene combos, and then work the other genes that you're interested in there too. So yeah, and hopefully that way you wouldn't get any normals. Hopefully. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The only problem with new genes is a lot of times you can't get new genes with a lot of other genes in it without paying a lot of money, because some of those are like $10,000. So that's the other thing about a lot of genes, is if you take something with like a brand new gene and bred it into like a 15 gene animal, and you produce like, you know, 6, 7, 8 gene animals with a brand new gene in there, you could sell those for a lot of money, you know, I bet. So that's a good way to do it, by some really low-end, high gene count animals, and then mix in like a really rare special gene. I think you can make some pretty good money and make some really crazy new stuff that no one's ever seen before too. All right, let's see. My favorite thing about the channel is Chris making an attempt to answer everyone, not common in today's YouTubers. I haven't seen that either. Yeah, I try to answer everyone. So yeah, and it's cool now with I just upgraded my StreamYard for like $50 a month or whatever it is, which is kind of ridiculous for StreamYard, but it's nice that I can pop the comments up on the, because if someone joins and I'm just talking randomly, kind of rambling on for 5 minutes about something, they're like, "What is he talking about?" And then they go, "Oh, the question's right on the screen." So that's kind of nice that I can kind of give everybody some screen time and then pop up the questions on the screen. That's a pretty intricate pairing. Would have some interesting clutches. Yeah, that's that one with the dark genes and the light genes. That's kind of my ideal pairing, I'd say. Bill, what's up? Hey, Chris. During the last live chat, someone asked where you thought the monsoon was headed. You answered it as if they meant the weather. Just putting out a new monsoon YouTube video today. Yeah, monsoon, not the weather. The snake, yeah, the gene monsoon. Yeah, monsoon is really visually dominant, so it's kind of one of the harder genes to work with. Sometimes I think lace is coming back into popularity because you can take lace and mix it with a whole bunch of combos and it doesn't have that much of an effect, where it doesn't completely cover all the genes. So you can mix it in with just about anything and you'll get like an improvement in your animals with the lace. But when it comes to monsoon or champagne or some of those really visually dominant genes like pinstripe and coral glow, a lot of times it'll like completely change and really dominate the whole look of the snake, where it doesn't really look the same. So yeah, monsoon's even more extreme, I'd say. Monsoon's up there with champagne. I'd say champagne completely wipes out all the patterns. So a monsoon is a really heavy pattern too. And I remember, when I first looked at monsoon and you just could not get it. There was just a few people that had them, and they were, I think the cheapest monsoon when I looked like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, they were like selling for like, I think it was like $15,000 for a monsoon was the cheapest one. It was 10 or 15,000, but you just couldn't touch them. It was crazy. And now they're all over the place. Yeah. Monsoon is pretty cool. Yeah, so if I was doing multiple gene combos, like if I was doing like 15 gene animals, I don't know if I'd add monsoon. I probably wouldn't add fire because you'd make the black-eyed leucistics. I probably wouldn't add too many genes in the blue-eyed leucistic complex. I was kind of debating whether if I wanted yellow belly in there, because you make the ivories if you breed 2 yellow bellies together. So if you have really cool snakes and then they have like 15 genes apiece and then you breed them together and your odds are like 89,000 possible combinations or something like that. Well, 25% of the time you're going to get a white snake from the ivory. So yeah, or if you get a monsoon, 25% of the time the monsoon wipes out what, the other 15 genes are. So it's one of those genes where you kind of have to figure out what works with the monsoon and then go after those projects and then add new stuff in to see how it works and kind of go that way. A lot of genes are like that. You just don't want to mix them with anything. But yeah, I've seen some really cool monsoon stuff for sure. With all those different genes, sounds more like a fancy dessert. Yeah, if you don't know your genes, it can be a little bit confusing. When I started out, it took me a while to figure out what a het was. What's het pied or het clown? Yeah, so yeah, it's a learning curve for sure, and it does sound like a fancy dessert. Monsoon is absolutely beautiful. I agree. Like I have to get into that project. I don't know how I'm going to afford it. Yeah, monsoon. We'll have to see over here in Morph Market kind of what the monsoons are doing. I could share my screen. We could check out some monsoons over on Morph Market. I figured out how to do this. Let's see. I think. Wait a minute. Maybe I can't. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm already sharing. I was like, why can't I share? We can come over here and check it out. Monsoon. It's been a while since I've actually searched for snakes. Oh, this is Het Monsoon. Let's look at a visual. I am interested to see what the visuals are going for. And then we'll go from lowest price. About $1,000 for monsoon. So not too bad. They've come down from 10,000. But you can see, you know, all these different, you know, they all pretty much really dominate. They are beautiful snakes, but they really dominate the pattern of the snake and the color. So that is pretty wild. All right, I have a female orange dream clown pied female hypopide and a female albino pied in my powerhouse. Male is orange dream yellow belly enchy pied. Nice. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. I remember when I had a few snakes and I could list them all like that. So now it's like I'm getting down to where I don't have that many snakes that I'm going to hold back actually. So nothing to really brag about at the moment except a bunch of bamboos. I'm breeding a bunch of bamboos for everyone who wants a bamboo. Let's see. That's what I was asking. Let's see. I have a super lesser that is a paradox where the lesser pattern comes through on the head, neck, and tail. Wow, that's interesting. The head, the neck, and the tail. Huh. I don't think I've seen many super lessers that were actually a paradox. That's fascinating. Because usually super lesser is so visually dominant. I don't know what causes the paradox. I don't think anybody knows what causes the paradox. So, although the shatter gene kind of looks like a paradox, which is kind of interesting. Maybe you have some shatter in there. Could have the shatter gene in there. The answers are nice, and it's awesome we don't have to super chat the questions. You can super chat if you want. Yeah, I was wondering about super chat on the last stream, and I didn't know if it worked over here on StreamYard, but yeah, it seems like the super chats come through just fine. The only thing I don't get is the hearts. If you show the hearts, I have to come over here and then view on YouTube. That might glitch me out a little bit. And then I can see the stream, see how it looks, and then I can see the hearts, if anybody hearts the hearts. Looks like it's working good, pretty smooth over here. I never know what it's going to look like because all I see is the StreamYard side, so yeah. All right, let's see. I'm doing a leopard spot nose Russo clown het pied. Wow, that's cool. Leopard spot nose clown. That's the Batman, right? With the Russo. That's a Russo Batman with the super inchy orange dream yellow belly special fire pied. Really? Super inchy orange dream yellow belly special fire pied. Wow. Those are both really awesome snakes. That's super bright with the super inchy. Pattern reducing brightens it, and then the orange dream brightens it, yellow belly brightens it, special and fire. Yeah, and it's a pied and a het pied. So yeah, you can get, well, you'll get, if you bred those two together, you'll get pieds everything will be het clown, right? Because it's a clown. So yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting combination. Leopard's a dark gene. Spot nose can break up the pattern, give you a head stamp. Russo's in the blue cystic, so you'll get Russo and Special are both in the blue cystic, so you can get a white snake there. Yeah, so 25% of the time you'll have a white snake. With the Russo and the Special, which would be the Russo is usually visually dominant as a white snake. So it would be all white with probably no color coming through on the Russo Special, which is interesting. And then everything would be Enchi, because you have Super Enchi. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, monsoons are going for 1,000 to 1,500. Yeah, 1,000 to 1,500. Yeah, it used to be 10,000 to 15,000. People are like, I don't think I think I can sell my car and get a monsoon. And it wasn't that long ago either, which is crazy. Yeah, I think the fact that they're so visually dominant and cover up a lot of genes, that's why a lot of people don't get into them. So it's kind of I think that fact alone is going to keep the prices high, because, you know, if it was, you know, if it worked with more genes better to give you more variety, like kind of like the clown, I think a lot of people would just jump in and invest, and the price would go down really fast too. So it's a little bit more challenging project. I think the price is going to stay high for a lot longer. So than most genes, I would say. I love the bamboo. You, they, the reason for my 2 bamboo females. Nice. Yeah, I have that effect on people. People start buying bamboos. Bamboos are pretty awesome. Let's see. Bamboo is one of the best morphs out there. I agree. Bamboo is a cool morph. Yeah. Bamboo, single best gene out there. Yeah. Yeah, I wish, I kind of wish bamboo wasn't in the blue-eyed leucistic though, because, yeah, you mix it with a lot of different genes and you end up with a white snake. As a matter of fact, I was talking about bamboos with Brian Barczyk, and he said, yeah, too bad they're in the blue-eyed leucistic, because you mix them with any of the 10 blue-eyed leucistic genes and you get a white snake. So yeah, which it's kind of a challenge, but I like the white snakes. Let's see, got bamboozled. What is Marky Snots? Yeah, this is a pretty cool snake right here. Bamboo Lesser. Het Desert Ghost, possible calico, just did a shed test. So it's like it's like a little white worm. He is still fasting, will not eat. What's going on with this guy? I don't know, he's got a little kink in his neck, so it might be the kink that's causing him to fast. But we'll put him back. Let's see what else we got here. How about another snake? Let's see if we can find another snake. This one is, you know, here's another one. Is this one. We'll take this one out. We just tested this one too. I just sent the shed out on this one. This is, let's see, what is this one? This is Ozzy, pastel pinstripe, bamboo, calico, possible het, well, yeah, possible het desert ghost. I think that actually came from my, I have a pastel calico that produced a desert ghost like looking snake when I bred it to a desert ghost, but So everything calico could be whatever that was. I don't know if it was a desert ghost or not. Look at how beautiful this girl is. She is a really beautiful snake. Yeah. She has a bright yellow head. She's really cool. Really interesting bright yellow head. The brightest yellow head I've seen on any ball python, I think, which is pretty cool. We'll give her a little screen time. This is, wait a minute. This is Ozzy. Wait a minute. I thought the other one was Ozzy. No, that's Cypher. Cypher. I'm mixing up my snakes. Mixing up all my children. So this one is Ozzy. A little bit squirrely. She's been around my neck a lot. She's just kind of waking up a little bit. All right, let's see. We'll definitely be getting bamboo soon. Need a female, though. Would prefer subadult to adult. Yeah, so I sold a lot of bamboos, let me tell you. I only have one female. That's a female pinstripe. Just a female pinstripe. And then I got this one. This is a female. So 2 females. I was going to breed this one this year, but I don't know. She's pretty skinny. Let's see. Wonder if anyone made a bamboo calico orange dream. That would be interesting. It would be interesting to add like orange, like super orange dream and yellow belly to this. That would be pretty awesome. That would be pretty cool. Maybe some Enchi that's like a really bright version of Enchi. Or a super Enchi, super orange dream, super pastel. You can make it really bright. Let's see. I just got 4 snakes. 2 males, 2 females. Sunset, nice. And a pastel Axanthic VPI, then another sunset, and a pastel Ultramel. Wow, Ultramel. Yeah, it's been a while since I've heard people doing stuff with Ultramel. Come on. This one was Ozzy. This one's Ozzy. Mixing up my snakes. Ozzy's like being all squirrely. Let's see. Yeah, so you have a sunset pastel Axanthic VPI. That's cool. VPI Axanthic pastel. Those are like black and white snakes. And then another sunset and a pastel ultramel. So you can make sunsets, and then you could make double hets, ultramel Axanthics or ultramel sunset double hets with those. Or you can buy more snakes and do visual to visual. Wow, yeah, this is a good looking snake. I recently picked up a mocha, red stripe, yellow belly, Enchi, orange dream clown. Wow, what a beautiful boy. So mocha, red stripe, yellow belly, Enchi. Yeah, that's quite the combo. I'd like to do what you wanted to do, just have like 6 gene snake to 6 gene. Yeah. The problem is if you start doing, you know, like 10 gene snakes to 10 gene snakes, one of the biggest problems is you'll need a genetic test on every single snake. So, and you figure, I think the full panel of genes is like 135 for 50 genes, something like that. And then hopefully I'll have a discount code here by the end of February, which will save you like 25%. So even with that, it's going to cost you $100 a snake. So if you had like 100 hatchlings at $100 a snake, what's that? $10,000 for DNA testing? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Because $100 a piece for 10 snakes is $1,000. But if you had 100 snakes, that's $10,000 just to figure out what genes are in your snakes. If you produce 100 hatchlings, just 100 And that's what I produced every year. So you're spending, yeah, you're spending a lot of money on DNA testing. Yeah, once you do the math and add it up, you're like, I don't know if I want to do this project. Start doing the 20 gene combos. And then, of course, if the 50 gene panel doesn't cover everything in the all the genes that you have, then you would have to add more genes on top of it, which would cost even more. So, yeah, it could be a pretty expensive project to get into as far as genetic testing. Of course, technically, you can make that money back, I would think. You mark every snake up $100. You can make your money back. Ozzy is a pretty snake, and she is squirrely. Squirrely, squirrely. She's not used to being on YouTube. GHI might be cool to add to that too. See if it gives back the pattern and a bright highlight. Yeah, like a GHI Mojave or something like that. With the stripe along the back, or the little spotted stripe that's a highlight. That'd be cool. Let's see. Have you thought about your own line of the Mr. Freeze? Mr. Freeze? I'm not familiar with that one. Is that a combination, Mr. Freeze? Let's see. I don't know. Let's see, GHI is definitely one of my favorite morphs, for sure, for sure. All right, so we've been going for an hour and 41 minutes. 44 people on the live. Yeah, so how often are you going to post videos now that you're back? What's up, Martillus Reptiles? So yeah, so my plan was I want to, if I can manage it, if I can manage it, I was thinking about doing a long form video Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so 5 days a week. Then on Saturday, do a live stream, and then Sunday take a break. So, but right now I don't have a video for Monday. So I'd have to probably squeeze one in this weekend. You always have to make it a day in advance. So normally today I would be making my video for Monday, but I've been doing live streams all this week, trying to kind of dial in my video and my audio, and trying to get a better live stream that's not real quiet or delayed or choppy. Or it seems like this is as best as I can get with the equipment I have. So it was a good week to kind of dial in the live streams. If I had like a real professional camera, I could get a little bit better, and then hardwire it into the internet. But yeah, my camera's not that fancy. So, but it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good, pretty good quality. I'm at 1080p. So. Let's see. The Batman with the bamboos, the Mr. Freeze. Wow, that's pretty cool. Bamboo Batman. Huh. It seems like I just did something with the bamboo Batman. Maybe I said Mr. Freeze in one of my videos. Yeah. I think it was, I think I did a new bamboo combinations video of one of my first videos that I did. So that was interesting. So yeah, I might do a quick live stream tomorrow too. Maybe about, I don't know, 2 o'clock. So I guess we can end it here. Let's see. So at the end, I want to test this out. Let's see. The end. It's weird. I put the end in one of my comments before, and right after that I put the end with exclamation mark, and YouTube sent me a message over here and said that seems like a spam, and deleted it. And I can add a little music to the end. Hopefully I'm not blaring people out. I kind of tested the volume of the music so I can get a good ending, kind of dialed this all in. I don't know if there's any way to do this automatically, just kind of add a little music and then end the stream. So So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna cut it here and I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what time, maybe about 2, depends on how my day goes. And then I guess next week I'll be doing long form video again, cranking out the morph videos and back to the regular schedule since I figured out my live streams this time. So that is pretty much it. And I will see you in the next one.